Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! This YouTube channel means so much to me because it touches your heart, and as long as it touches your heart, I will always upload videos of Descendants of Zombies. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host of the Descendants of Zombies podcast on YouTube, Jonathan Clarke. I am the biggest Descendants of Zombies fan in the world, so if you're looking for a guy to post Descendants of Zombies videos every day for the rest of his life, then you have come to the right place. You're going to want to subscribe here, because I think you're really going to love it on this YouTube channel because of everything that is discussed. We talk about all the historical moments of Descendants of Zombies, your favorite moments, your favorite songs. Everything related to Descendants of Zombies happens on this YouTube channel. October is going to be a big month. Not only do we have the countdown to Halloween happening on this YouTube channel, we've got the birthdays of Ruby Rose Turner and Freya Sky happening back-to-back on October 16th through 17th, and I'm really excited about everything happening throughout the month of October. I think October is one of my favorite months of the year, and the month, of course, of Christmas, December. So around October through December, a lot of really exciting things happen on this YouTube channel. I'm thinking about going out and getting a pumpkin over the next couple of days and actually carving it, although that has yet to be confirmed. I'm not the best pumpkin carver in the world, but while I may never be the best pumpkin carver in the world, I can provide you with the best commentaries on Descendants of Zombies. So if you're cool with me being your voice of Descendants of Zombies for a little while longer, I would be honored. And I've never felt more honored to be in the presence of so many wonderful fans of Descendants of Zombies. Just last night they had the Halloween kickoff marathon happening on AMC, of course the Michael Myers marathon, and I didn't really want to watch it. I would rather sit in front of my camera and record a video on Descendants of Zombies. And you're thinking to yourself, hey Jonathan Clarke, are you scared every year around Halloween? Well, you never know who's going to show up at your door on Halloween. I did appreciate it a couple of years ago when the very first girl showed up at my door dressed up as Mal, inspiring me to create a bunch of Descendants of Zombies videos. Ever since then, I don't know how I feel about all these mysterious guys showing up and creatures showing up at my door every year on Halloween, but it's a really fun, really unpredictable time of year. I know that Descendants of Zombies usually celebrates it in a very unique way. They celebrate Christmas too, so I think throughout October, December, it's a really fun time on this YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate everybody's Halloween decor that they're throwing up on the 1st of October. Everybody's so excited that we're just under 30 nights away from Halloween 2025, and it's going to be really cool. So I will count you down to Halloween. We'll celebrate the birthdays of Freya and Ruby, and I have the biggest crush on Ruby, so you know we're going to celebrate her birthday in a big way, because Ruby to me was the kindest Descendants character of all time. She was so sweet, and she was undeniably sweet, and the passion that she exemplified every single time that she stepped out onto the stage performing for Descendants, or as an actress on the set of the movie, it was incredible. It was really an atmosphere that I just wanted to be a part of for forever and always, and I think Descendants was a project that everybody wanted to just last for forever. And I really support everybody who believes that, because I feel as if a lot of people are just uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies that aren't really offering you the best reviews of Descendants of Zombies. It's just pretty much criticism that's being thrown the way of your favorite stars, and as a result, these stars are becoming very upset and very frustrated with their performance level not living up to the criteria of a critic. But I have this to say in response. You know, does it make the critics feel any better when they criticize a movie such as Descendants of Zombies, which has had a profound impact on millions of people? Tens of millions of people on social media. On YouTube, we have 600,000 people alone who are infatuated with Descendants of Zombies, always YouTubing Descendants of Zombies every single night. And what they're finding are videos filled with criticism. So I've kind of wanted to just take that away from everybody and just create videos that people would feel inspired by and offer you incentive, because I really do believe that these stars are incredibly talented and have very bright futures ahead for them. You take Freya Sky, for example. I mean, Freya Sky came from out of nowhere. Zombies was her first ever movie, and look what she's done ever since donning the character Nova in the Zombies franchise. She has exploded in popularity. And I noticed this because I upload videos specifically on Sophia Carson and Freya Sky, and just the other day I uploaded my latest Freya Sky videos, and they were the highest rated videos on this YouTube channel. So it goes without saying that Freya Sky is one of the most popular characters of the Descendants of Zombies franchise and of this era. I really do believe that she's going to be the next Disney pop star, like many of you also concur with and believe and have forever and always held on to, and I support that. If you guys want Freya Sky to be the next Taylor Swift or the next Ariana Grande, who's been popping up on my Facebook newsfeed this morning, then I fully support that, and that's what we're going to make happen. And that's what I'm here to do, because I remember when I saw Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift explode years ago, especially Ariana Grande, after being discovered on the Broadway musical The Lion King and being casted for the show Victorious. I remember years ago thinking that the cast of Victorious was the most incredibly talented cast that I had ever seen brought together for a kids' TV show, and they went on to win Favorite Kids TV Show of 2012. I was there for that, and I saw the rapid ascension of Victoria Justice, Ariana Grande, Danielle Montier. It was amazing seeing all the cast members of Victorious achieve so much, and I really do believe that people like Freya Skye, Meg Donnelly, Mila Manheim from the Zombies franchise of this current era are going to have fabulous futures in store for them. And I just feel so honored to be here to profile it for you guys, because you take a song like Gold's Gone, nobody had ever heard a song like that ever collaborated before, and they went as far as to collaborate a tour music video for this one on Vivo, and it's got over 500,000 subscribers for Freya's YouTube channel. 500,000 subscribers. Hey Freya, can I borrow some of your subscribers? I would love to have 500,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. And if the first leg of the Worlds Collide Tour is any indication, leg 2, when it happens in Germany, Australia, and different parts of the UK, I'm going to be really excited to cover this for you guys, because the energy in the UK crowds are at an all-time high. They are forever and always supportive of their favorite stars. They come out by the thousands, and the energy that Kylie Cantrell, Freya Skye are going to be a part of, and what they're going to feel after these performances is going to be unlike any American or any Canadian crowd. You guys did a fabulous job in leg 1 of the Worlds Collide Tour, and leg 2 is going to be that much more phenomenal, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the YouTube videos that are going to be uploaded, the reactions from the fans, the different chants. I think the global market is really expanding and broadening its horizons, and I think there's never more of an opportunity for Disney stars to really get the exposure they deserve. I know it's a lot of pressure on the shoulders of a girl who's 15 years old, but you can really tell that Freya Skye just wants to be a part of something special. She was a part of something special all throughout the summer of 2025, making this the greatest summer of my life, having the honor of covering the Worlds Collide Tour, and reading so many positive reviews from fans that were outshining the critics. Guys, thank you so much for uploading your positive reviews of the Worlds Collide Tour, apart from the criticism that was showing up on YouTube every night. These big-time YouTube creators were paid up in the hundreds of dollars to attend the Worlds Collide Tour by the thousands, if not, and they were criticizing the Worlds Collide Tour, everything from the ticket prices to the merch quality. I think that it was an experience for you to really enjoy, and I think that a lot of people came away from it being more appreciative of Descendants and Zombies than ever before, and I just really feel as if you guys have deserved better reviews about the Worlds Collide Tour for a very long time. If we're going to say anything about Freya Skye and Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly and so on and so forth, I think we should say nothing but good things about them and give them incentive to keep on going with their careers, which I really, really appreciate how they're always there for the fans. I mean, this cast is absolutely phenomenal for Descendants of Zombies. It is unparalleled to anything that I've ever experienced in my life. And I've seen the rapid ascensions of casts of High School Musical and Hannah Montana to the heights of unprecedentedness, but I have never seen two casts explode in popularity. The music is amazing. The story was always incredible. Zombies 4: Dawn of the Vampires presented us with the best story ever for the Zombies franchise, and it was a beautiful way to introduce us to two new characters carrying on the legacy of the franchise. I was really excited to be a part of something so spectacular. You know, covering this summer was an honor of mine. I didn't sit in front of my TV with a piece of paper and a pencil and critique Descendants of Zombies. I just spoke on it with an open heart and an open mind, thinking everybody would subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that's exactly what happened, because I just upload these videos with the hope that someone is going to see me and hear my voice. I don't upload videos critiquing Descendants of Zombies. I just share with you my opinion, because it really means so much to me sharing with you my opinion on Descendants of Zombies. And people have really listened to me about Descendants of Zombies, and that's really the greatest honor of my life, because I was commentating on video games and TV shows and movies for many years, and it wasn't really making a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people until I discovered the power behind Descendants of Zombies, and how incredibly supportive the fans of Descendants of Zombies were of what you believe when it came to Descendants of Zombies. Shout out to every other YouTube creator. If you want to get thousands of people subscribing to a YouTube channel, make a YouTube channel devoted to and dedicated to uploading Descendants of Zombies videos, and you'll find the support, and you'll find something that's truly mind-blowing to me. These fans are incredibly supportive of who and what they believe in. And I saw that for Ruby Rose Turner, because you guys were supporting my idea of Ruby being the live-action Rapunzel for the Tangled live-action movie. I would love to see Ruby have that honor. And that's why I've been forever and always supportive of Ruby Rose Turner donning that role. I will forever and always come out of support for Ruby Rose Turner because I think the conversation for the Tangled franchise has always revolved around the same 4 or 5 celebrities like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, Dove Cameron's been thrown in there too. I think the only one apart from Ruby that I would go for playing the live-action Rapunzel would have to be Dove Cameron, because I've seen that same passion coming from Dove Cameron that I've seen coming from Ruby Rose Turner to play a live-action princess for a live-action franchise. And I really do believe that Tangled is the next one to explode. But I hope that Tangled doesn't go the same direction as what Snow White did and become a flop in the box office. I really don't. I speculate that Tangled is going to get millions of reviews, and I speculate that Tangled will get the highest reviews ever for a Disney Channel or a Disney live-action franchise, rather, because I really do believe that this is going to be something special. I think that Mandy Moore did a fabulous job with the voice of Rapunzel. I think the music for the Tangled soundtrack was amazing for both the TV series and the franchise. And I just saw a Tangled 2 poster actually this morning on social media. So there are still rumors of a live-action Tangled happening. There are still rumors of an animated Tangled 2 happening. And I really do believe that Ruby Rose Turner has the greatest chance of all of being casted, although I'm sure that they will choose Sabrina Carpenter over Ruby, and it has everything to do with how Sabrina Carpenter is just overwhelmingly popular by the millions of people. I remember when that song Espresso debuted just a couple of years ago, and it went to the top of the Billboard chart. It spoke on Nintendo Switch, and it spoke on really living your life the way openly and freely that you wanted to. And then Sabrina Carpenter comes out with songs like Taste, and I remember that music video too. But I also remember all the criticism that Sabrina Carpenter received for her album cover and the way her label was making her perceive herself. And I think it has a lot to do with the criticism that she received, why I feel the way I do about her, becoming very overrated. I feel the same way about Taylor Swift too. The Eras Tour just blew Taylor Swift completely out of proportion and totally unnecessarily blew her out of proportion. I think that these stars are really overshadowing everybody else's success. I think that Kylie Cantrell deserves more exposure and more of a chance shown to her than what she's been showing. And I really do believe that these stars from Descendants of Zombies have more of a chance than ever before. And it's because of each and every one of you. You showed up with your glitter signs, your beautiful outfits at the Worlds Collide Tour, and you had fun. And that's precisely what I wanted to see for you guys. I wanted to see you guys having fun. I wanted to see you guys having the time of your life, and you really did. And you showed it out of love and support for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, and this is what's going to secure Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour happening. I'm really excited about it. I don't know when Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour is going to happen. Rumors are suggesting right now it will happen in the lateral part of 2026, so that's late 2026. And the reason behind that is because they're waiting for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland soundtrack to drop, because by the time the soundtrack for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland drops, we're going to have the remix of Life is Sweeter When You Wear. A new song is being collaborated for the Pink character, because every character from Descendants has their own song, their own introductory ballad. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm really looking forward to meeting the new cast members of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, especially Red Sister Pink, because we've never seen anything like this ever happening. Of course, Pink is going to be one of the consequences of time travel, one of the many consequences of time travel, and I'm really intrigued by this because it's going to offer more to the plot. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the plot really open up for Descendants. I really am, because Descendants' plot has been waiting on something spectacular to happen for what feels like forever. I thought it was really cool, 2 years ago when they introduced the concept of time travel into the Descendants franchise, because it made for a more unpredictable time for fans of the Descendants franchise, because we remember the original trilogy just pretty much focusing on the relationships between Mal and Ben and other characters within the franchise, but there was no greater emphasis than on the relationship between Mal and Ben, of course the Beast's son, and then of course Maleficent's daughter falling in love after Mal went out to really find her place in the world and achieve something far greater than what Maleficent ever wanted for her. And I really appreciated that. I really appreciated the relationship between Dove Cameron and Kristen Chenoweth. It was really beautiful, and I think that this set up for what Descendants was ultimately going to become, one of the most revered franchises of all time. You can forever present the argument to me about how High School Musical is the #1 franchise in the world right now with a record of 17.5 million viewership. But I think that Descendants is definitely being underestimated because It seems as if that accolade has been reserved for High School Musical for forever and always. Either High School Musical or Hannah Montana finds its way into that illustrious conversation. But if Miley Cyrus can go down in history for being the greatest of all time and the youngest Disney legend ever, then your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars can have that same accolade bestowed upon them. And I just want to make sure that happens. And how I'm going to make sure that happens is even if I have to upload Descendants of Zombies videos every night for the rest of my life, I will be here on this YouTube channel talking about Descendants of Zombies every night for the rest of my life, and I have no regrets doing it, because I really do believe that Kylie Cantrell has something special. Freya Sky has something special, and I think they really need to be shown more of a chance and to be reviewed better and more prominently than what people have been reviewing them on YouTube. You know, reaction videos really aren't living up to my criteria or my expectations, because they're just pretty much tearing down the credibility of your favorite stars that you guys have worked so hard to build up, that you have forever and always supported. Because from the very first moment that you laid eyes on Victor and Nova, you knew they were going to be something special. You guys were emailing me, you were leaving comments about how they belonged together, how they were so right for each other, how they were so perfect. And I agree with each and every one of you, because as I studied the chemistry, it was almost an instancy that you could spot the chemistry between the two of them. You knew they were going to be something special. From that very first ballad they sang together called Rewrite the Stars, it was a chance to create magic. And I love opportunities to create magic. I go all the way back to 1992 and the Aladdin classic, of course, Aladdin and Jasmine, Jason Alexander doing the voice of Aladdin. It was beautifully done. And then, of course, Linda Scott doing the voice of Jasmine. It was Linda Larkin doing the voice of Jasmine. It was beautifully done. How Jasmine, of course, wanted to spend the rest of his life, her life with Aladdin. It was beautiful. And I think that this movie really has presented an opportunity to create more magic than ever before. And I think that everybody being a part of it is just something so miraculous. It is so beautifully collaborated, it is so beautifully done, and I think there's never been more of a chance to create beautiful magic. Linda Larkin and Jason Alexander bring these characters to life, which is why I will forever and always say that I think Aladdin and Jasmine should have forever had more to do with the Descendants franchise. There are more distant worlds for these characters to explore. I would love to see Red and Chloe show up in Halloween Town, Olympus, perhaps Arendelle from Frozen. There has never been more of a chance to create with more beautiful characters from Descendants of Zombies, and now with seeing the introduction of characters from Princess and the Frog and Encanto, this also opens up the door for more beautiful music. Because if one were to say that the soundtrack of Descendants: The Rise of Red wasn't the catchiest by far of all time, then you would just be criticizing this franchise without even giving it a chance. And I really do believe that more people need to be taking more of a chance on this franchise, because when you talk about these stars like Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell, all they've ever wanted to do is be in the spotlight. All they've ever wanted to do is play the role of iconic Disney princesses, like Dove Cameron wanting to play Anna in the Frozen musical. I would go for that. I would also go for Ruby Rose Turner playing Rapunzel in the live-action Tangled. Now, reportedly, the live-action Tangled has once again picked up production, and I'm really excited about that, because the live-action Tangled has been put on the back burner for a long time. There have been a lot of rumors about Disney creating a live-action adaptation of Rapunzel, and I really do believe that someone like a Dove Cameron or a Ruby Rose Turner fit this criteria perfectly. I say this because the conversation has forever and always revolved around Sabrina Carpenter, and the conversation has forever and always revolved around the same 3 or 4 people playing the same iconic Disney princesses for what feels like forever. Give people like Kylie and Ruby more of a chance, and really let them run with the ball of creativeness and see what they come up with. Let them create their own character traits, let them support Descendants and Zombies the way they want to support it, and it will explode in popularity. As if it already hasn't exploded in popularity, but I think it's become one of the most revered franchises of all time. And I say this, and I'll present this argument too. If Aladdin and The Lion King can become some of the most celebrated and most revered Disney classics of all time for Linda Larkin and Jason Alexander, and of course Jonathan Taylor Thomas's voice of the young Simba being on the soundtrack, then I really believe that this franchise, when you talk about live-action franchises, has the chance to become number one and stay in the number one position for forever and always, because we will never see nothing quite like Descendants of Zombies ever again. And I say that with 100% confidence, because you look at how much of a global reach and how much of a global phenomenon Descendants of Zombies has truly become. It became that because of what Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson and Cameron Boyce offered to the original cast, what they offered to the original franchise. And after a 5-year hiatus, Here come Clarke and Malia Baker, and Ruby Rose Turner from seemingly out of nowhere, and they take a franchise that was a global phenomenon and offer us such a huge expansion with different music, different characters, and really brought it to life in a way that no other cast would have been able to bring it to life. And I know how Disney goes. Disney goes down the road of, 500 auditions, trying 500 different roles in the same role, and I really believe that they really hit it off. The cast was beautiful, the chemistry was of instance, and it was just an opportunity to create magic unlike I'd ever seen before. And you gotta believe me, I've been a fan of every franchise that Disney has ever created, even Phineas and Ferb. I'm the biggest Phineas and Ferb fan in the world, and I remember a year ago I used to upload a lot of Phineas and Ferb and Tangled videos on this YouTube channel because I really did believe that you guys deserve far better reviews of your favorite shows on Disney Channel and Disney Plus than what you were being given. And you guys fell in love with this YouTube channel, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. And I will be uploading more Tangled and Phineas and Ferb videos as time goes on. I just really do love talking about these two franchises because Descendants of Zombies gave me a chance to be seen and heard from again. When I was talking about different niches such as video games and movies and TV shows that weren't really making a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people in this new generation that's pretty much captivated by, reality TV and horror marathons around Halloween and Christmas, I think that Descendants of Zombies really provided me the opportunity, really gave me a platform to really stand out on. And I was able to do that because I was able to reach a global audience with my opinions on Descendants of Zombies and share that with you, as you shared your opinions with me about Descendants of Zombies and your predictions about what could have been inside of that vortex. And the conversation will go on for forever up until Zombies 5's premiere of what is actually inside of that vortex. The answer to that is it could be anything. It's not necessarily just mermaids or pirates that are in the conversation. It's everything up to this point because in a vortex, I know a vortex has everything to do with doom and the end of time, and a vortex can kill you. I've realized that. But I'm the only guy on YouTube seemingly who's voluntarily offered the opportunity to jump inside of a vortex if ever presented the chance. Because I really do believe that this is an opportunity to create magic, to tell a story that's never been told before. And I'm just really excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to be here with each and every one of you to be lost in this moment, kind of like how you guys were lost in the Worlds Collide Tour moment this year. I think that never enough good things and enough prosperity can be shown to your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars because they don't need to be crying. They need to focus on entertaining each and every one of you. Because when I see tears in the eyes of Freya Sky and Clarke and Leah Baker because they can't make sense of their own life and what's happening around them, because Disney has so many restrictions on them telling them what they can and can't do, what they can and can't say, it's almost as if they're living inside of a box. And when they finally break out of that box and really showcase themselves for their true worth and their true value, that's going to be something so special. And I'm just so excited to be a part of it, as I was excited to be a part of everything Disney for at least the last, 30 years. I've been around a long time, a lot longer than many of you have been alive. I've been on YouTube ever since at least 2009, and I've uploaded over thousands of videos. But my greatest honor was uploading the hundreds of videos that I was able to upload and create about Descendants of Zombies for each and every single person who ever said they were a fan of Descendants of Zombies, because I came through with a promise. A year and a half ago, I showed up on YouTube after nobody had seen or heard from me in over 7.5 years, a 7.5-year break, hiatus if you would, and I promised you I was going to upload at least one Descendants of Zombies video every day, and every day since 2024, I have uploaded a video since August 5th of that year, and it's been so fun talking about Descendants of Zombies. So the way this is going to go is I have a lot to say about Descendants of Zombies throughout today, and I hope you will join me for it. But if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that, because I have a lot to say where Descendants of Zombies goes, and I would love for you to be a part of the conversation, because I know you know more about Descendants of Zombies than I probably know, perhaps, and I would love for you to share that with me. So the only way you can do that is by hitting my subscribe button, ringing my bell to stay up to date with notifications on what's happening on this YouTube channel. I promise you October will be a huge month. We've got the birthdays of Ruby Rose Turner and Ruby Rose Turner and Freya Sky happening, and I'm really excited about it because I have a lot to say where that goes, because I'm a huge fan of Ruby Rose Turner and Freya Sky. Their birthdays actually happen 24 hours apart. Ruby's is on October 16th, and Freya's is on October 17th. Of course, Freya Sky is going to be 16 years old. Ruby will be 20, and this is going to be a really big month. And I just want you guys to be a part of it, and I want you to enjoy what you see on this YouTube channel, because there's no greater feeling than uploading videos on YouTube that people will love. and will fall in love with, because they know the guy hosting the show has a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies and has honored the franchises that have forever and always meant so much to everybody's heart. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel and have shown me, because I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and of course ring my bell to stay up to date with notifications to everything happening on this YouTube channel. It's the greatest honor of my life to talk about Descendants and Zombies for each and every one of you. We will talk again in just a few hours from now. Be kind to one another, because kindness really does go a long way in this world.